Well, hey there, everybody. Just thought I'd put a quick game of Boulderdash up. And for those of you who don't know what the hell Boulderdash is, this was a Commodore 64 game that came out many, many years ago. And I found it on the Wii, on the Virtual Console. And they actually have 9 or 10 games from the Commodore 64 on Wii's Virtual Console. This was one of the games that I loved as a kid. Um, Looking back at it now, it doesn't quite hold the same appeal, but if you have ever played it when you were a kid, you would probably get that nostalgic feel as well. The goal of the game here is your little guy is a miner, a Indiana Jones, not an Indiana Jones type. He's just a miner, and not a miner as in underage, the one that digs. And he is interested in getting these diamonds here, and he has to avoid the boulders and spiders and other nasty beasts as he goes through these mazes. And you have to avoid getting squished by the boulders and get eaten by the spiders and bad guys. And as you go through the maze, you get a certain amount of diamonds, and you can move on to the next screen. Like on this one, you have to get 10 before you can move on to the next screen. And you see my little guy is looking for the diamonds. He doesn't quite have control of his movements. I noticed that playing with the Wiimote doesn't quite have the same accuracy as the old Atari joystick, which you used to be able to plug into the Commodore 64. But it's good for, I guess, a laugh. The Commodore 64 had great games when I was a kid that I loved playing. This was one of them, but she also had other stuff like Speedball and Mule, which was a fascinating strategy game. He also had things like Impossible Mission, Paradroid, Pit Stop, Speedball, Summer Games, which just happened to be on this little device called the C64 DTV, or C64 Direct to TV, and it's one of those joysticks that you plug in and has a bunch of games on it, like the old classic Atari joysticks that you might be able to get at Best Buy with, 15 games or whatever that you used to play when you were a kid, if you were a kid in the 80s. I never even realized this particular device came out, which is really a pisser because the only one I find is one on eBay for $110, and I'm having a hard time justifying paying $110 for a joystick with 30 old Commodore 64 games on them. Maybe if I was independently wealthy, I would splurge, but I don't see it happening anytime soon, unless this guy comes down in price big time. But just decided to put this up since I had the PVR up here in the bedroom as the little lady was playing some Wii earlier. So I actually am just going to cut off the mic now and let you enjoy the rest of this gameplay, as boring as it might be to the average video game player out there.